Can't you do things properly? I don't even know why I married you. You don't have to say it like that. I've reached my limit. Things had been fine until now. Come to think of it, he was like this before we got married too. My husband's sudden change makes me wonder if he's hiding something. Limit? My mom did things so much better. Why can't you do even simple things like this? What? Why don't you do it yourself? You can at least clean up after yourself. Besides, before I could finish, my husband cut me off. You're my wife. Do what you're supposed to do. My mom never complained. Good grief, how old are you? Always mom this, mom that, it's driving me crazy. What irritates me even more is how childish he becomes whenever he talks about his mother. If he misses his mom so much, why doesn't he just go live with her? His rampage showed no signs of stopping. Hey! How many times do I have to tell you? What's with this seasoning? Are you making fun of me? My mom knew exactly how I like my food. I glared at him. What are you glaring at? This is your fault. With that, he flipped over the plate in front of him. The table was a mess. Just how much does he love his mother? True, my mother-in-law is kind to everyone, and her way of supporting her husband is something I should aspire to. But she has a stern side too. That's why I can't imagine her spoiling him like this. Is she different when I'm not around? I have many questions, but right now I need to deal with this situation. I can't eat this garbage. I'm going out to eat. That's all he said before leaving. Left behind, I clean up the table he messed up. He keeps acting high and mighty while doing absolutely nothing himself. If this continues, my mental health will deteriorate. I'm pregnant, and I can't let this affect my unborn child. I want to avoid that at all costs. Then, when I was in my final month of pregnancy, it happened. I've found someone better than you, so we're getting divorced. I never expected him to say such a thing. However, this works in my favor. I'll do as you say. You're being unusually agreeable. Then hurry up and sign these divorce papers. At this point, I wasn't interested in who this other person was. After signing the divorce papers, I immediately contacted my father. 2 days after the divorce, my ex-husband came to see me. Hey! Long time no see. What are you doing here? You have no business with me anymore. I wanted to introduce you to someone. Look, isn't she a cute wife? She's worlds apart from you, who was just a back-office worker doing menial tasks. I recognized the face of his new wife. What? By the way, which company does she work as a receptionist for? Come to think of it, Father mentioned something about a new receptionist joining. My ex-husband doesn't know that my father is an executive at his company. He also hasn't realized that I've already set things in motion. That's when he seemed to catch on to something. Father? No, that can't be. So he's not completely stupid after all. After that, he started to panic and began shouting like a madman. My ex-husband was headed straight to hell. It was a very deep hole, and once you fall in, there's no coming back. My revenge was just beginning. I'm Nellie, working at a local company. I used to work at the company where my father is an executive, but I decided to change jobs because I wanted to work in design. I never thought you'd be interested in design. I really wanted to learn about it. I'm sorry for turning down the position Dad introduced me to. No, it's fine. It's best to do what you want to do. Just don't do things halfway. Yes. Initially, I thought they would oppose my job change, but that wasn't the case. Besides, I had another motive. I wanted to try living on my own, away from my parents' house. That's why I chose a company a bit far from home. I probably shouldn't tell Dad about that part. After moving to the new neighborhood, I started exploring. I had always enjoyed visiting cafes. This place has such a nice atmosphere, exactly my style. This is how I would meet my future husband, Lucas. I visited this cafe about 3 times a week. That's when I witnessed a particular scene. Excuse me, is that at that time, Lucas was holding a brochure from my company. What is it? Oh, I'm sorry for startling you. It's just that the brochure you're holding is from my company. Oh, really? Actually, I was just about to head there for a business meeting. After that, I guided Lucas to the company. Thank you for today. Not at all, it was nothing. By the way, do you go to that cafe often? Yes, it's my favorite place. I see. Well then, goodbye. He left with something seemingly on his mind. I met him again 3 days later. Hello. Thanks for the other day. Hello. What brings you here today? I wanted to thank you properly. Plus, I've grown to like this cafe too. Please let me treat you. And so, we ended up talking at the same table. Lucas was cheerful, and somehow I felt comfortable talking with him. After that, although we never specifically arranged to meet, we often ran into each other. Whenever I had some free time, my feet would naturally lead me to that place. This continued for about 2 months, and then Lucas confessed to me, which I accepted. Sometime after we started dating, my sister came to visit. Nellie, I'm here. You could at least call before coming. Come on, I came all this way to see you. So, how's life here? I'm enjoying it. That's good. What about boyfriends? Well, about that. Then my sister looked at me with a grin. From your expression, it looks like you've got a boyfriend. Your face has been glowing this whole time. What? Really? That reaction confirms it. You really do have a boyfriend. I had no idea it showed on my face. No one had ever said anything like that to me before. Maybe I was just that happy. Later, I married Lucas when I was 27. During the meeting between our families, something happened. What is it? I thought I recognized Lucas's father from somewhere. He used to be my subordinate. Really? Does he know that? I'm not sure, we didn't work together for very long. You have a good memory. Well, various things happened. At that time, I didn't understand why my father had looked slightly displeased. However, I would later come to understand its meaning through my own experience. Can I ask you something? Are your parents and my father acquainted? Why do you think that? Well, things just seemed a bit awkward. Maybe it's just your imagination? I thought Lucas was very observant. From what I heard, his father seemed to have recognized my father too. This is how our married life began, but gradually Lucas started showing his true colors. Where's dinner? Sorry, I got held up at work, so I haven't made it yet. Lucas let out a big sigh. I'm tired from work. I need you to handle dinner properly. I'll be more careful from now on. Please do. Now hurry up and prepare it. I'll do it right away. It wasn't just about meals, he started criticizing everything about the housework. At first, I thought I was partly at fault, so I did as Lucas said. Although his complaints increased, he was still kind otherwise, so I wasn't too worried. However, things got worse when Lucas mentioned changing jobs. I'm thinking of changing jobs. What? Why? I'm getting tired of my current job. Besides, the new position pays better, so there's no reason not to take it. Well, maybe. Anyway, I've already decided. About a month later, Lucas really did change jobs. I didn't know the details, but apparently, it was the same kind of sales position as before. One day when I came home late from overtime work, I'm home. You're back. I'm hungry. I'll prepare something right away. I made dinner and set it on the table. But when Lucas was about to take his first bite, he froze, staring at the food. What's wrong? This isn't what I was expecting. What do you mean? Never mind. I'll eat out today. Wait. Clean this up. I didn't miss what Lucas muttered under his breath. My mom never made anything like this. What do you mean by that? You just said a mom, didn't you? I wouldn't say something like that. Give it a rest. With that, Lucas left. Thinking about his comment, surely he couldn't be a mama's boy? But this was the first time I'd heard him say a mom. Maybe I misheard. While thinking about this, I ate dinner alone. Although I had lived alone before, somehow being alone felt particularly lonely now. At first, I reluctantly went along with Lucas's behavior, but his selfishness escalated day by day. Where's my jacket? Huh? I haven't seen it. My jacket. Didn't I tell you to take it to the cleaners? What am I supposed to do? I have an important meeting today. I never thought you'd be this useless. You're not a child, you can do that yourself. This is normal for a wife. No, it's not normal at all. The argument continued for a while. Why did we have to fight about something like this first thing in the morning? After that, Lucas started raising his voice whenever things didn't go his way. He became more aggressive than ever before. Come to think of it, he never did any housework or helped me with anything. He used to be so kind before we got married. My husband now just sits on the sofa looking at his phone when he's home. He only talks to me when he needs something. This can hardly be called a marriage anymore. Even I was getting sick of this life. We hadn't even been married for a year. So I came up with a plan. One night, if you say something ridiculous again, I'm leaving this house. Leaving? Yes. I've already decided. I think you'll be the one who suffers if you do that. Lucas said this with a laugh. At that moment, I made up my mind. Since the next day was Saturday, I left the house while Lucas was sleeping. Of course, I headed to my parents' house. Huh? Why are you here? Well, various things happened. Various things? I explained the situation to my sister. What? Really? That's surprising. He didn't seem like that type at all. You can't judge a book by its cover. I guess not. But I thought he was good-looking and everything. My sister had a point. But that's only because she hadn't lived with him. Well, let's just say marriage is tough. After that, I talked to my parents and stayed at their house for a while. I can't believe Lucas turned out to be that kind of man. You really can't judge people by appearances. You're saying the same thing as Nellie. I was surprised by how mild my father's reaction was, as I expected him to be more angry. Aren't you angry? No need to get angry. Besides, the apple doesn't fall far from the tree. What do you mean by that? You'll understand eventually. My father never tells me everything. About a week after I started staying at my parents' house, with no contact from Lucas during that time, something happened one Sunday afternoon. When I opened the front door, there stood my mother-in-law. What's wrong? It's about Lucas. Please, come in. I guided her to the living room. Then she suddenly bowed her head. I'm so sorry for all the trouble he's caused. Please forgive me. No, please don't. It's not your fault. But how did you find out? I went to your house to give you some souvenirs from my recent trip, but you weren't there. Did Lucas say anything? Yes. He seems to regret what he's done this time. But he says he finds it difficult to face you. Really? Finding it difficult to face me, what is he, a child? I couldn't believe he'd even rely on his mother for this. Given his previous comments about a mom, the theory about him being a mama's boy seemed increasingly likely. Besides, my son seemed quite down. He really can't do anything without you. While we were talking, the doorbell rang. There stood Lucas. Nellie, won't you come back home? I can't do anything without you. That's exactly what his mother had just said. Your mother is here right now. Oh, is that so? My husband clearly looked displeased. I found this surprising. If he really was a mama's boy, shouldn't he be happy at times like this? I led Lucas to where his mother was. Why are you here? Well, just because. You could have told me you were coming. I couldn't help it. I was worried. Well, whatever. Anyway, don't you have something to say to Nellie? I know. Lucas took a deep breath and looked straight at me. I'm really sorry. I haven't been thinking about your feelings. Lucas looked more serious than ever. His face didn't seem to show any signs of lying. If you're that sincere, I understand. I'll come home. Really? His joy was obvious. His mother sighed at his reaction. Well, I need to talk to my parents first, so I'll probably come back tomorrow. Okay. I'll wait for you at home. With that, Lucas left. I wonder why my son turned out like this. Maybe it's because of my husband. You mean father-in-law? Yes. My husband also, when he was about Lucas's age. Just then, my parents returned from shopping. I'm sorry for dropping by unexpectedly. I'll be leaving soon. Please, stay a while longer. My parents joined us, and my mother-in-law explained again why she had come. So, Nellie, you've decided to go back home? Yes. I've decided to trust Lucas one more time. After all, we're married. I see. If that's what you've decided, then do it. Well, I should go. I've stayed too long. Please visit again. After my mother-in-law left, I decided to ask my father about what she had started to say earlier. Can I ask you something? What kind of person was Lucas's father? That's quite sudden. Well, we were just talking about it, but we got interrupted when you came back. While we were just boss and subordinate, and I wasn't particularly close to him, he was quite a problematic person. Problematic? How? Well, keep this between us, but when he was at our company, he apparently had an affair with an employee. What? Is that why he left the company like you mentioned before? Yes. And the employee in question was quite troublesome. My father had a weary look on his face. Then, was that what mother-in-law wanted to talk about earlier? While we handled it internally and she shouldn't know about it, maybe she had noticed something. This raised a new question. If what my mother-in-law wanted to discuss was about her husband's affair, something didn't add up. I couldn't imagine my husband having an affair. Maybe I should ask my mother-in-law about it next time I see her. Although I still had some concerns, I left my parents' house the next day. Are you leaving already? Yes. Lucas is waiting. I see. Take care. When I returned home after several weeks, I was immediately surprised. My mother-in-law had said that my husband couldn't do anything without me, so I expected the house to be a mess. Welcome back. I've been waiting. Are you surprised that the room is so clean? Well, I heard you couldn't do anything without me. I couldn't cause any more trouble. Hearing Lucas say this made me a little happy. After that, Lucas seemed like a different person. He stopped mentioning his mom. I thought our peaceful daily life would return. However, the situation changed drastically again. About 6 months later, I discovered I was pregnant. I thought this would bring even more happiness to our lives. As if to prove this, Lucas started helping with various things without me having to ask. Then, about 3 months after we found out about my pregnancy, it happened. What? Really? One night, Lucas received a phone call from his mother. His father had suffered a sudden heart attack and been taken to the hospital. The news was so sudden that I was speechless. However, I quickly prepared to leave the house. Lucas sat on the sofa, hanging his head. I'm getting ready to go to the hospital, you should get ready too. Oh, right. I supported Lucas, who was unsteady on his feet, as we headed to the hospital. While I wasn't particularly close to my father-in-law, I still felt sad. After all, he was Lucas's father. I'm sorry for calling you here so suddenly. Don't be. You're the one having a hard time. Apparently, my father-in-law had been secretly going to the hospital alone, hiding his poor health from everyone. He was the type who hated relying on others. But dying like this makes it all meaningless. The funeral was held with just family members, but afterward, my mother-in-law seemed to lose all her energy. Concerned about her, I started visiting her regularly. You came again today. Thank you. I brought your favorite cake. How thoughtful. Seeing my mother-in-law smile made me feel relieved. Somehow, talking with her made me feel at ease too. Then, when I was 6 months pregnant, problems started arising. Lucas began acting out again. What's this? What? What's wrong? This? This right here. Lucas pointed at some folded laundry. What kind of sloppy folding is this? My mom would never fold things so messily. Do it again. The old nightmare was starting again. Thinking I couldn't stay if this continued, I decided to consult my mother-in-law. I'm sorry for coming suddenly. Don't worry about it. Come in. I took a sip of the herbal tea she served to calm my nerves. While I was wondering how to explain, she asked first. Is it about Lucas? He's done something again, hasn't he? What is it this time? Actually, it's been like this for a while. I explained how he had shown signs of being a mama's boy before. Lucas, a mama's boy? That's absolutely impossible. I wouldn't want that. I knew it. I felt like a weight had been lifted from my chest. You knew it was a lie? Well, I thought it might be possible, but it seemed too sudden. Then my mother-in-law appeared to be thinking about something. That reminds me. There's something I wanted to tell you before. It was about my father-in-law, which we hadn't finished discussing at my parents' house. Was it about father-in-law? Yes. Your comment reminded me. My husband went through a similar phase as Lucas, right before he quit his job. What happened then? I went to talk to my mother-in-law, just like you're doing now. I remembered that my father-in-law had quit his job because of an affair. I decided to ask my mother-in-law directly. Do you know why your husband left his job? Of course. He was having an affair with a young woman at the company, wasn't he? You knew? I secretly squeezed quite a bit of settlement money out of that woman. Oh yes, and speaking of which, isn't Lucas working at your father's company? This was news to me. You didn't know? Given how similar my husband's behavior was to his father's, I couldn't help but wonder if Lucas was having an affair too. By the way, why did your husband say those things? Probably because he didn't want his affair to be discovered. He would often leave when something displeased him. He was probably using that excuse to meet his mistress. That's just like Lucas now. I muttered. Don't hold back. I didn't want my son to take after his father in this way, but I'm on your side. Do whatever you think is right. 3 days after consulting with my mother-in-law, one night, can't you do things properly? I don't even know why I married you. You don't have to say it like that. I've reached my limit. Things had been fine until now. Come to think of it, he was like this before we got married too. My husband's sudden change makes me wonder if he's hiding something. Limit? My mom did things so much better. Why can't you do even simple things like this? What? Why don't you do it yourself? You can at least clean up after yourself. Besides, before I could finish, my husband cut me off. You're my wife. Do what you're supposed to do. My mom never complained. Good grief, how old is he? Always mom this, mom that, it's driving me crazy. What irritates me even more is how childish he becomes whenever he talks about his mother. If he misses his mom so much, why doesn't he just go live with her? His rampage showed no signs of stopping. Hey! How many times do I have to tell you? What's with this seasoning? Are you making fun of me? My mom knew exactly how I like my food. I glared at him. What are you glaring at? This is your fault. With that, he flipped over the plate in front of him. The table was a mess. Just how much does he love his mother? True, my mother-in-law is kind to everyone, and her way of supporting her husband is something I should aspire to. But she has a stern side too. That's why I can't imagine her spoiling him like this. Is she different when I'm not around? I have many questions, but right now I need to deal with this situation. I can't eat this garbage. I'm going out to eat. That's all he said before leaving. Left behind, I clean up the table he messed up. He keeps acting high and mighty while doing absolutely nothing himself. If this continues, my mental health will deteriorate. I'm pregnant, and I can't let this affect my unborn child. I want to avoid that at all costs. Then, when I was in my final month of pregnancy, it happened. I've found someone better than you, so we're getting divorced. I never expected him to say such a thing. However, this works in my favor. I'll do as you say. You're being unusually agreeable. Then hurry up and sign these divorce papers. At this point, I wasn't interested in who this other person was. After signing the divorce papers, I moved back to my parents' house. Lucas paid me about $50,000 including child support and settlement money. Lucas must be satisfied thinking he's cut ties with me. Of course, this is just part of my plan. As soon as our divorce was finalized, I immediately contacted my father. I need to ask you something. Lucas works at your company, right? What? He does. So you didn't know either? Well, I don't know every employee. There's something I'd like you to look into. This is how I asked my father for a favor. I see. Come to think of it, there was talk about a new employee. I believe she works at reception. That clicked something in my mind. Please investigate that person thoroughly. Understood. Leave it to me. 2 days after the divorce, Lucas came to see me. Hey. Long time no see. What are you doing here? You have no business with me anymore. I wanted to introduce you to someone. Look, isn't she a cute wife? She's worlds apart from you, who was just a back office worker doing menial tasks. I recognized the face of his new wife. I think it was from when I delivered something to my father at his request. What is it? By the way, which company does she work as a receptionist for? Come to think of it, father mentioned something about a new receptionist joining. My ex-husband doesn't know that my father is an executive at his company. He also hasn't realized that I've already set things in motion. That's when he seemed to catch on to something. Father? No, that can't be. And how did you know she was a receptionist? So he's not completely stupid after all. After that, he started to panic and began shouting like a madman. Why are you panicking? You've been deceiving me. Finally figured it out, have you? My father is an executive at your company. But it's too late now. Then my father came out from the back. You've done quite a number on my daughter, haven't you? But the divorce is already final. So what? Your relationship started before the divorce, didn't it? It doesn't change the fact that you hurt my daughter. That's why I've already spoken with HR. By now, the president probably knows too. It's only a matter of time before you're fired. Lucas's face turned pale. At this point, no one could stop what was coming. Now you understand? You and your lovely wife better start looking for new jobs. Once he's fired, he'll be unemployed. Well, that works better for me. Now I can show him what hell is really like. In that case, I'll ask Mom for help. That won't work. I've been consulting with your mother about you for a while now, and she gave me permission to do whatever I want. Your mother is on my side. So it's all pointless. Now that you understand, why don't you just disappear somewhere? Seemingly realizing it was hopeless, Lucas reluctantly left. I'll probably never forget his lifeless expression at that moment. Though Lucas had gone, I still had things to do. I had almost forgotten, but the house they're living in now was originally leased under my name. Later, I received a phone call from Lucas. What do you want now? What have you done while we were away? Well, it was my lease in the first place. You can just find a new place. You know we can't do that. I haven't even found a new job yet. That's not my problem. I have a good idea, why don't you ask your mother for help? I already tried that. But you were right, she wouldn't even let me in the house. Oh, that's too bad. If that's all, I'm hanging up now. I'm busy. Hey. We're not done talking. I ignored Lucas's words and hung up. I immediately called Lucas's mother. Nellie, I know what you want to say. It's about Lucas, isn't it? You really do know everything. Don't worry about that. I haven't let him set foot in this house. Abandoning you to marry that young girl, I'm too disgusted to say anything. Later, I heard through the grapevine that Lucas still hasn't found work. Apparently, he's staying at his wife's parents' house, but they treat him like a complete nuisance. As for me, I recently gave birth to a healthy baby boy. From now on, I'll live thinking only of this child. I'll never let him turn out like Lucas.